Yo, it's your boy SimplyChop and my boy
Crawdad,
Ryan, aka Ryan. Let's get it.
Whatever you feel like calling me.
Hell yeah, he go by both names. So if y'all see either name in the title,
just know it's me.
Yeah. So today we starting our very first episode of this podcast. We haven't came up with a name for the episodes individually, but eventually we will. Today we getting into different topics. It's gonna be all over the place. It's our first video together, so just bear with us, So, anything you want to say?
Nah.
Okay.
You'll come to understand. I'm quite chill. I almost said slow-minded, but I'm not that slow. I'm just, my brain isn't always on fire like that, It's kind of just I'm here. I'm vibing.
So, let's just get the introduction out of the way so they know your name, Ryan or Crawdad.
Ryan or Crawdad. I'm a chill dude.
What's your hobbies? What you go?
I do a lot of photography. That's kind of my main hobby. I used to game a lot, but work. I work a lot.
What game?
Shoot. I play a lot of Battlefield or COD right now, just because they're quick, casual games you can play.
Yeah.
But I mean that's kind of always been games I play. Anytime I play a single player game, I tend to get bored of it, or I just don't. I don't know. Sometimes I just don't get them. You watch a movie, you understand the story because it's happening so fast and it's right there. But in video games for me, I don't get that same effect. I tried playing Grand Theft Auto all the way through, and I made it 3 missions in, and I'd get distracted doing something else.
I don't like GTA. I'm
really?
Gonna be honest, unpopular opinion, I hate GTA. And I'm not much of a COD fan or Call of Duty.
I don't blame you for that one, but
yeah.
Why GTA? Why don't you like GTA?
It's just too much to do, and there's no specific line on what you're supposed to do. You could just run around the whole map and not do anything, or you could do missions. It's just too much.
What if I told you that's exactly why people love the game?
See, and we different. You feel me? I'm not one of those people. It's just okay. Think about this. I like 2K. I like Fortnite. There's specific missions in those games. You win or you lose.
Yeah.
In GTA, there's no winning or losing. You get all the money, bro. You
get that new bike that has the missiles on it that flies around. Yeah. You're winning. You're annoying.
My brother hacked the game and he had all that.
I did that back in the day.
Well, he hacked the game on one account, but he grinded it in another account. I don't know. He just had all that stuff, bro. Yeah. So, other than that, Other than gaming,
I don't know. Shoot. Yeah, photography. As hobbies, photography and gaming would really be the only things I do, other than sleep. Everyone loves sleep. That's a good hobby, but I always stay busy. I try and work because young. I'm trying to have money when I'm old.
For sure.
And now, because we need money now.
Okay, so I'm gonna say my hobbies real quick. Bro, literally, I've been trying to work a lot lately, but there's a whole bunch of stuff behind that, which I'm gonna get into later. I'm gonna tell y'all boys about that. Can I be seen? Let me fix the camera.
Yeah. I think you can be seen.
Okay,
that's still straight right there.
Yeah. Okay, we cool right here, I guess.
All right. So you're working a lot.
So I'm trying to work a lot. I just picked up 50 hours at Target.
Yeah.
Literally 50 or more.
Just this week?
Well, not this week. I worked.
But in total, you've picked up 50 hours.
That's for next week and this week.
Dang, man.
So I'm gonna be at 22 in the next 2 days or something like that. I got 2 doubles. It's crazy, bro.
Yeah.
Starting tomorrow, but I worked this week too as well, earlier in the week. But back to what I was saying. My hobbies right now consist of chess, which you and our other homeboy put me on, and ever since then I've just been a fanatic on it, bro. Trying to watch everything. It's pretty lame and nerdy, but I don't even care.
I feel trying to explain to you guys, it'll probably be lame unless you enjoy it and you want to learn more about it. And I got some stories to tell you about some chess that I played recently, but I'll save it for later.
Okay. So we'll get into that in a minute. But
chess is the one hobby.
Chess. And I used to be a gamer. I kind of gave up on gaming, bro. There's no good games out there anymore. I played 2K this year that came out, and it just wasn't fun. 2K23. A lot of people still into it, but those just be the 2K grinders who love it. There's still people who play Fortnite. I actually still kind of like Fortnite, even though people do too much in it. But
dang, bro, I haven't touched that game since like the second season.
Okay.
Yeah, I played it when it first came out. Yeah, second season of Fortnite. I don't even know what they're on right now.
They're on like.
It looks like it's a movie now, almost.
They're on chapters now. Like they're on like chapter.
Oh, they went from seasons into chapters, and then they'll go to another season.
It's like 10 seasons, then 3 chapters or something like.
Yeah, like okay, so it's one season. They'll have 3 chapters within it.
No. One chapter would have 10 seasons in it.
Huh.
Or something like that.
I'm trying to write a book.
Yeah, like they're going crazy right now.
All right.
So, yeah, like I used to do that for you guys in game. Y'all know. Some of y'all OGs know. I can't put my face on camera anymore. That's why I actually need to cover up my tattoos for sure. But y'all can't see them right now, I guess that well. But you want to get into the first topic? Like the thing I wanted to talk about. It was Did you know there's such thing actually, let them know. I'm jumping around. I told y'all I'm going to be doing this.
That's all right. We're all over the place right now.
So, yeah. So, first, I want to let y'all know what content we're going to be posting. So, we're going to be posting, like, we're going to do conspiracies that we thought of or, like, that we watched or seen.
Find interesting.
Yeah. So,
something that could happen.
Exactly.
Not necessarily believe it.
Yeah. Just like what are our opinions on it, what we feel about it, something we heard, all kind of stuff. So that's one thing we're gonna give like certain information. Like I have some dope like things I've heard that are actually true and have actual facts behind them and
like
stuff
life
like
experiences.
That. No, like different. I'm gonna get into it. When I show you, you gonna understand. Like it's actually knowledgeable things. Like it's like. Stuff people don't even know about. Like, okay, let's just jump into the first topic, right?
All right.
So you know how deja vu is such a common phenomenon that everybody speaks on?
Yeah.
There's actually like 50 versions of deja vu.
How?
Okay, so I actually typed it up. I'm just read off it because I'm not that good with.
When I think of deja vu, I think it's something that I've either thought of before or it's happened to me before and it's just happening again and it reminds me of that first time. Like usually when I have deja vu, I'll be like, did this really happen or did I like dream about it?
That's
and
good.
Most of the time I dream about it, I feel like.
Okay. That's good you said that, right? So here's I typed up everything. So deja vu is French for seen before. Just basically how you said it, just something you've seen before, you felt before, all that. But there's like deja intendo or something like that. It's something you already heard before, like that you feel like you already heard before. Like let's say you heard a new song or a sing, like the "Catch Me Outside" girl. Yeah, that blew up because people felt like they heard that already before. Me coming from the background that I come from, we'll get into the backgrounds of all that later on, but the background I come from. You feel like you've heard that from females before, just saying like "catch me outside."
Yeah,
you know what I mean. Or
anytime a fight's about to break out, that's when you think of it.
Exactly, and then it's just like you feel like you've heard it before, so it's just that's why I feel like it blows up in the media so much. Songs as well. That's why catchy songs. It's like dang, that's catchy. And I feel like I heard that.
It's got a familiar tone.
Exactly. So that's how you become famous. Just literally come up with something that like
people think they've heard before, but they like it.
It rolls off the tongue. It flows, and it's very familiar.
I gotta say something about that comment you just made though, because I don't think that's how you'd get famous.
What's up? How
you said you basically not copying other people. But making something similar to other people that other people have like that the community has liked, that the culture has liked.
I didn't say copying.
Yeah, I know you didn't say copy, but you were like, this is how you become famous, is you make something familiar to other people.
Familiar to the like.
If you want to be a sellout, I say you do something like that. If you want to be unique and don't really, I mean, like, you obviously gonna care a little bit about the money, but like if you just want to go make some like music or something, and you could become famous off of this, do something yourself, unique. Like, also, this is really where I wanted to get at with it, is new sounds. People like new sounds. Like me, I don't listen to the radio because I'm tired of hearing the same old music over and over again. I'm always looking for something new, and like right now my music, it's dry. I haven't found anything new because I don't know, there's just nothing new to catch my attention. I've listened to my liked songs so much that I'm just like, I went to podcasts today. I started listening to podcasts because I was so over music. Something new is really where it's at. You want something new sounding. Like a good song that I always think of when I think of this is one of Rihanna's songs. Oh, dude, it came out in like 2014, maybe earlier than that. I'm gonna look it up real quick.
Okay, so while you look that, I'm gonna tell you my part, right? That's what I was. Okay, the fact that it seems like deja vu means that it necessarily is not like something that happened before. It's just something that seems familiar to you. Like, but like it seems familiar to everybody. So you know how like everybody can have like similar feelings when it comes to certain things. That's what I mean. Not necessarily like reenacting what somebody did already. I'm saying like not being similar to people. It's just more like familiar to the ear.
The feeling gives you
nostalgia, something like that. Yeah. So that's basically where I was going with it. But you can look it up.
Needed Me is the song, bro. When that song dropped, it was way ahead of its time. Okay. I'm not gonna lie. Like, I've listened to it probably for like the past 3 years. I felt like it's really where it should have sat. Like when it was made, that's the time it was made for. Was in the past 3 years or so, just because the way it sounds. Okay. Like it was so unique. The whole album, the anti album, yeah.
It was Rihanna. It was Rihanna. Yeah. I'm gonna tell y'all an unpopular opinion on mine.
You don't like Rihanna, do you?
I don't care for her, bro. I don't like. It's just like she. I feel like she makes music for a certain audience, and it's just not. Okay, me personally, I only like rap songs, and like I'm a Lil Baby fan. I like hood rap. I like trap rap. I like all of that type of rap. So any other like, what is it, music genre, I don't really listen to, honestly. So, but yeah, there's other ones, right? So let's get back into it. It's like Deja Pense, right?
Deja Pense?
Yeah. When you feel like you have had a thought before. Like, let's say you have but you didn't. So let's say I thought, dang, I just draw a blank. But
when you're thinking of like, let's say someone comes out with an invention that you feel like you've thought of before. Okay,
perfect. That's I would dap you up, but you're holding the mic right now. But that's real. This mask keeps going in my mouth.
You just made it worse, bro. It's so long now.
Oh, it's fine. It's whatever. we coolin'. I bought these off Amazon for like $5 a piece or $10 a piece.
Yeah, but you got a bunch of them.
Yeah.
It should be hanging up soon.
And also about the mask, I'm gonna have like 7 different colors. But back to what we was talking. I'll talk about that later. So you've had a thought before. Deja Gouda, right? Goutte? I don't know how to pronounce it.
Deja cheese, bro?
It's okay. It's based around food, basically.
Okay.
It's basically
something that tastes familiar.
Okay. Exactly. He got it. He caught
Gouda, bro. Gouda cheese. I don't even like cheese, but like.
So, you ever had some food that gave you nostalgia back to when you were a kid or something? And like you just be like, dang, I never heard of this or I never seen this type of meal, but it just makes me feel like
fish sticks, bro.
Okay, this guy.
Fish sticks.
But I'm saying you haven't had. It means like something you haven't had before though. Get what I'm saying? Like let's say you go to a fancy restaurant, you'd be like, oh, I ordered something, and you probably don't even know what you ordered, but like you tasting it, like, dang, this seems like some mac and cheese I had as a kid, or some whatever kind of fish sticks that I had as a kid. Right?
Yeah. All right, I know what you mean. I can compare that to one story, and it was when I tried escargot.
Okay.
I didn't expect it to taste like garlic bread, but it does. It's very garlicky. Texture-wise, no, it's not. It's like chewy. It honestly reminds me of like gator tail. Not as chewy as gator tail.
Is good.
Gator tail is really
that's
good,
another
bro.
topic.
That's
I ain't
really
gonna lie.
good,
We'll be here all day talking about some gator tail. I love gator tail, bro.
Gator meat though, too gamey for me. I can only eat the gator tail, bro.
Yeah, I want to try all of that, but I've only ever been able to try it at certain restaurants, so it wasn't never till its full potential, I guess. But you know, restaurants, they be like slacking on the seasoning sometimes, because I feel like
I'm white, bro. I can't tell. It's either spicy or it's salty for me, bro.
For sure. So, bro, there was a man who. This is a case where this guy had a brain tumor or something, and he lived in deja vu. He was stuck in deja vu, like it was crazy.
So he was living in the present, but everything he did felt like it had happened before in a way.
And it would be like few states of his where he'd feel like he lived the whole week before. And the whole day before. And like they say, like it got so bad, bro, to the point where he was just like he would feel real bad, and it was just crazy. They called it, I think they even gave it a name of its own, Deja Vu.
Deja Vu.
Yeah, so I just found that very like interesting, because everybody uses deja vu like crazy, like like they be like, oh, deja vu, but yet there's different names for it, and they'll never like actually learn this knowledge unless they're told, because you learn in school what deja vu means, but they don't put
you don't go in depth.
Yeah, they don't go in depth. They don't put the emphasis behind it on the different meanings and different types. There's like 30 more, but I'm not gonna go into all of that.
Yeah.
There was one more, and I'm gonna put this one on there. It's called jamais vu.
Jamais vu?
Yeah.
Okay.
And this one I actually remember by heart. It's where something that should be familiar becomes not so familiar or whatnot. It's like, let's say you say a word 1,000 times, like the word laugh that's on the wall right there.
Yeah.
Or on the poster. It'll become like ineffective to you. Like you'll literally probably like lose all meaning behind it because you said it so much.
Yeah.
And it becomes unfamiliar. That's what jamais vu is.
Okay. See, where I was thinking of this, you ever like looked at a word for so long that you're like, is that even spelled right?
But that happens to
you're
me.
Like, this is really how it's spelled. This is how it sounds. How do those letters make this sound?
Or also what you like what you said, but like let's say hypothetically you've heard a word all your life.
Yeah.
But then you see it on paper and you're like, dang.
That's how it's spelled?
Yeah. And it's like, bro, I'm over here thinking it's spelled this way, and I'm thinking I've seen it before, but yet like awkward. Awkward is spelled so weird.
It's spelled awkward.
Yes, awkward is spelled awkward. But no. That was one of the topics I really wanted to get off because I find it very interesting.
Yeah.
So let's jump into a whole nother topic. If you want to throw
bro,
one in.
I honestly want to talk about the AIs.
Okay, the AI,
because like that's
really
popping off right now.
For sure.
With
That's kind of
ChatGPT.
conspiracy too, like kind of conspiracy.
You start thinking Terminator in a way.
Okay, go ahead.
I've only seen one. Actually, I don't think I've seen any Terminator movie.
Are you kidding me?
No, I'm serious.
Oh my god.
I just never really cared to see him because you hear about him all the time. Oh, John
So you know
Connor.
the basis of it, kind of.
Yeah.
Good
robot
Terminator?
comes from the future, created by
A scientist.
by either Sarah Connor or John Connor. All I know is John Connor is Sarah Connor's son, and he is either I think he's stopping the AI from taking over the world, or he prevented it. But not the AI, but the robots. So the robots figured out time travel, right?
Okay.
I think.
Yeah,
I don't know.
No, I'm kind of familiar with it. I watched a lot of, if not all of them. My bad.
Yeah, you good, bro?
What the hell is that?
It's the fuzz from the mask.
I think so. I inhaled that. But no, I'm gonna get more comfortable with this mask, bro. But so back on this AI thing.
Oh yeah.
I'm familiar with it though.
You want to keep talking about the movie, or you want to go into? I'd rather go into AI itself.
Yeah. We can go into the AI.
People seen the movie. I haven't seen the movie. I don't want to share my opinions on it if I don't even know about it.
Okay.
But AI in general, like, it's kind of crazy. The amount of people that are doing their homework with AI. You know how much I wish I had that for, like, Algebra 1 and 2 in high school?
Bro, I see you can type in, like, the basis,
a prompt.
Or whatever, a thesis or something, like the outlines of a thesis, and they'll type up everything you need, word for word, perfectly, no mishaps, no mistakes. You just go in and you change it a little bit, and you're good. You got an A. Yeah,
I wonder how it, like, so I know people that do, like, research papers with it, but I don't think it does the research for them.
Okay.
So I wonder how that's going to end up working in the future. Like, I feel like they're going to start working towards that, but maybe plagiarism would be, like, some kind of issue, you know?
Yeah, but my thing is, I'm sorry, y'all, but this shit is really getting to me. But
nah, so I don't know.
You think
I could see AI doing research for people, and it being quite credible if it was backed with enough data and non-opinionated data. I've heard that's been a pretty big thing, is that it's very biased on what it talks about. Like, it won't talk bad about certain people, or
will it give a opinion, like an actual?
No. They try and keep it away from giving opinions.
Okay.
Because it's a robot. You know.
Yeah.
It only tries to tell the facts, but it doesn't tell you all the facts. It's like telling someone a half truth. You know, you tell them part of it, but you don't tell them the whole truth.
Okay. I actually believe that AIs are really becoming more intelligent than we see. Because there was this thing. Were you done with your topic?
Okay. We're still on AI, so.
But yeah, I was just about to get into my part of the AI thing.
Go for it.
So I was watching the simulator that they had, where it was 2 hiders, 2 seekers. They're in a 4x4, and there was a sub 4x4 with 2 holes in the walls. Can you picture it?
Yeah.
So there's 2 entrances inside of there, and the hiders would go inside of it. But they would put things in there to block the wall. So there would be 2 square blocks and like a slanted one, like a right angle ramp.
Yeah, a ramp going on the wall.
So they would put it out in the middle, and they would hope that the hiders would block the seekers from getting into the walls, from seeking them, from seeing them. So this was on a program. They was programmed in a computer. So after a couple million games or whatever, because it ran millions and millions of times, the hiders became more knowledgeable to put the blocks in between the walls, so that the seekers couldn't get in. So after that, a couple more million games, the seekers became smart and started using the ramp to get inside of the walls.
Yeah.
Right? So after a couple more million games, the hiders would notice that there's a stall time in the beginning. So they would go and get the ramp and then put the blocks on. So it just got weirder and weirder. They got more and more maps. Then they started being able to, like, get on the blocks and surf.
And surf?
Like, literally surf, bro. And like jump walls and like go outside the realms of where they're supposed to go.
The AI were reprogramming themselves.
Pretty much.
Which is, I think, a big reason why AI was being pushed so hard, is because it takes a lot to write programs. And if you can just write an AI to do it themselves and kind of find problems within themselves, they can fix it themselves. But then you have an issue with them becoming almost sentient.
Cognitive?
Yeah. Because then they're just, like, aware of themselves and what they are, in a way. I don't know. It's complicated, because I don't even think we fully understand how we're sentient.
Honestly, what if we are AI, though? Think about it, bro. Like,
I would not be surprised.
I wouldn't be surprised either, because there's a lot of things that we don't know. And then also, there's a lot of things we will never know. So if you try to go beyond that, there's a block. So why would... We would never know. That's the thing. If we are AI, we would never find out. And that's the sad part. Bro, we could literally be in a whole fucking simulation, bro.
Yeah, we could.
Like, do you believe in a simulation?
I don't believe necessarily in a simulation. I believe in something else, but for a simulation, I could see it being possible.
Mm-hmm.
I think there's too many people, not enough glitches.
There are glitches though.
Yeah, there are glitches that people say, but have you seen a glitch? 'Cause
Yes,
I haven't.
I have.
Explain your glitch.
Well, not in person. Well, there are some things that I've seen in person, but I'm not gonna really like call them as glitches. Mm-hmm. So like it'll be like the most randomest things that nobody will ever see. Mm-hmm. Like let's say right now you take something that has no weight, barely any weight, mm-hmm. and you throw it, and it's like a small hole, and you get it through, but nobody else seen it. I feel like those be like mini glitches. Cause like it's okay. There was this video, and I know a lot of people have seen it. It was this thing where like these basketball players, they all turned simultaneously and ran on the same leg, and their legs were in sync.
Yeah, well, that's training. So think about a coach training these guys to do the same thing in practice every day. But you're running suicides, and he goes, "All right, run down to the end of the court. Like you're on your last suicide. You go to the first line, you go back. You go to the second line, you go back. Go to the third line, back. Full court, back."
Training for dancing, I would see them being in sync. I get it, but these guys, I wish I could show you the video.
You said training for dancing, you could see it being in sync?
Yes.
You don't think basketball is a choreography?
It is, but when it comes to that, necessarily, they're all on opposite sides of the court. They're not looking at each other. That moment right there, if I could show you guys the video, I would, but I don't want to get copyrighted and nothing of that nature, but I'm going to show you the video after this and whatnot, but I just feel like we're in a simulation, but I do believe in the higher power. I do believe that God and all that stuff. We can speak on religious beliefs as well. We'll get into that later, but that'll be just separate moments that we talk about and whatnot. We just trying to
simulation, bro.
Simulation. Back on simulation.
So you seen the video of the guys? Because I've seen that video. I know exactly what you're talking about.
Okay.
I've seen it, but I honestly, now that I'm thinking about it, I truly think it comes back down to like their training and stuff. You go to practice every day. You train with these guys. You're learning the same thing from the same coach. So deep down, you're gonna go back to what you've learned, like subconsciously. You practice that stuff, so you don't have to think about it in game. Playing sports, that's exactly what practice is for. It's to set you up so that your muscle memory, that's what I'm trying to say. Your muscle memory knows what to do when you're not thinking about it.
I can see where you're coming from. It's just my brain is always going to try to come up with the what if, the why not think about it.
You think space is real?
I believe. So are you asking me necessarily like?
Because if we were in a simulation, do you think they would create a universe in a simulation and put multiple planets?
Oh, for sure.
Have you ever seen why am I blanking on the name of it right now? It's on Netflix, and this guy does podcasts, and oh my god! But he does podcasts in simulated worlds. Okay. He puts his head into a gaming machine. Yeah. And he's in a simulation. Okay. And so what it is there's a whole bunch of worlds he can pick from. He can pick his avatar, and he picks his avatar and goes to this world and lives in this simulation with all these people and does a podcast with them. Okay. And films it. And I'm so mad I can't think of the name right now. But do you think that's how the simulation would be set up? Is that it's a universe?
I'm going to give you
Or would you think it's just our planet?
I'm going to give you this, right? Mm-hmm. So I have so many different conspiracy theories. They all collide and they all end up probably seeming to be a little what is it called when they contradicting? Okay. I was about to ask if they all flow together. No, they do not, because I agree with a lot of things that I've heard, a lot of things that I've seen. Not necessarily that I'm gullible. It's just the fact that I go with certain things and I don't let my scope of thought limit what I believe. Mm-hmm. So here's what I think. You know how GTA, you could do anything. It's pretty much everything is outside of the scope of reality.
Yeah.
I think that's how the world is. So if, like in the AI thing, right? You know how I was saying they were becoming very smart, but they could never get out of that game and go outside of whatever they're exceeded in that game.
They probably couldn't comprehend outside of the game.
Exactly. So they'll never be physical, right? So we're being in the same, let's say we're in a simulation. Mm-hmm. We'll never be able to get outside of the simulation, but we can expand the bounds of this reality that we're put in. So let's say we do get smart enough to explore Mars, explore Jupiter. Mm-hmm. That's when that becomes a reality because we thought of it. So therefore we can explore it. Mm-hmm. But that won't become a reality until it's actually seen. If that makes sense. You get
kind of. I feel like I've fallen off the train a little bit.
I'm just saying.
But
the possibilities are only possible if we explore it. I'm saying the possibilities are other universes or other planets. I mean,
it's like saying something's impossible until it is completed.
Pretty much.
It's probably like how people back in the day, like think like some cowboy staring up at the stars, sees the moon. He's like, "Geez, we'll never figure out what that thing is." And then in 1963, we land on it.
But. Okay, I understand it. I understand where you're coming from, but I'm saying like reality is only as far as your mind can go, and a lot of people don't believe more than what they see. Mm-hmm. So right now you can see a planet, but you can't really be on that planet and see the actual planet. So they're not gonna actually be like, "Oh, that actually exists."
Yeah,
I believe there's other planets. I believe that there's basis where reality only exists in your mind.
Yeah.
So you can't really go beyond that.
You can't go beyond your mind?
Yes. Get what I'm saying? So
you can go to your senses.
But that's still in your mind. That still all comes from your brain.
I don't know. This couch isn't in my mind.
But
I could close my eyes and know. I may not know what color the couch is, but I could feel it and be like, oh shit, I guess you're kind of right. So I'd be like, this reminds me of a couch. Well, yeah, because I've seen a couch and know it.
I forgot how it went, but I watched a video earlier, or the other day actually, and it was like something about like close your eyes, touch your nose, or touch the roof of your something, and basically it was saying you'll do it wrong if you close your eyes because your vision is cut off and your actual touch thing, you won't know where you touched your tongue or something like that. I forgot how it goes.
You're not completely accurate.
Exactly. It's a lot of things that are thrown off. Like, think about it. People who can't see, they're not one with the world necessarily. They can't like. Their other senses are heightened, yes, but they're just here, bro. Like, there's nothing else really matters for real to them, like vision wise, because they're like, I'll never see.
Yeah.
So it's just like, it is what it is type. I don't know. It's just.
I wonder what their imagination would be like.
And that's another thing I was gonna say. My bad.
Do you think they picture things at all, or is it always just dark in their head? You think they can picture colors or what they might look like? Their mind.
Because honestly, I heard that 90% of blind people are not like completely blind.
Like they're just legally blind?
They're just blind to the point where everything's just spotted. Like imagine just seeing with like some of the darkest shades over your eyes.
It's like when you were a kid and you would push your eye and everything becomes super blurry.
Pretty much.
Or it's kind of just like you're trying to look through a window that hasn't been cleaned in 10 years.
Yes. Great analogy. That's literally what it is. That's what what this one blind girl was explaining. I watch it, bro. I promise. I watch a lot of videos, so like I can talk for hours about anything of that. But when you said imagination, that's another thing I wanted to say earlier. Like that's what I believe. Like reality is only as far as your imagination goes. So like that's why we've discovered so much, because our imaginations led us to those discoveries.
Yeah.
There's things that are right in front of us, at least I believe, that we haven't discovered yet. Like another plane, and when I say plane, I mean like another reality that's probably like right under us that we don't even see.
Would you know, like ultraviolet light and shit like that? You know how our eyes can only pick up a certain wavelength of lights?
Yes.
I think there's more things around us that we really don't see because they only put off or reflect certain light.
Yeah, for sure.
Or there's more to things that we do see because they put off certain light.
For sure. Like different you ever heard of I think it's like different dimensions or something like that?
Like wormhole, like you're talking about going into a black hole and
not necessarily a black hole.
Popping out in another universe.
Just like you were saying, just planes around us. Like just like things we can't see. I believe there's more to that. Like actual figures, actual items, actual things. Cause like think about it, right? They tell you, they say can fish see water? We can see the water.
Yeah.
But can we see air? You get what I'm saying? Air is all around us. We can't see it.
You think fish can see bubbles?
I don't know. Can fish even see?
Well, they got some pretty big eyes, dude.
Like they got eyes, but who's to say? You know what I mean? Science probably says they see it.
I think fish don't necessarily see the water. They kind of see through it. It's like when you put on goggles, you still see that there's stuff floating in the water.
Yeah.
You can see if it's murky or clear, kind of stuff like that. But you don't necessarily see the water.
Yeah.
Let's say you go up to the surface and you put it like halfway up your eye on the goggles, then you see the water. Bet you every time a fish comes up and they just like go up to the surface or something, they see that there's water.
Yeah.
They know there's a world outside of the water, especially when we're fishing. When we yank them out of the water, you know, they're like, I can't breathe up here. Yet I see these people up here. They're ripping this hook out of my mouth. Hopefully they throw me back.
It hurts. But like, let's get another topic.
Yeah,
I think we touched all of.
Yeah, I think we spent like 15-20 minutes on
that. What's our count on it? We got 37 minutes. Oh my god.
Doesn't surprise me, bro.
I got one that's going to take a good little minute, right? It's the no jumper thing. I know this is all over the place. I'll tell you.
But I haven't heard a single thing about it.
I'm about to put him on because I've been wanting to tell him about this for the longest. So let's say hypothetically there's a podcast channel, right? But you've heard of No Jumper.
Nope.
Okay. So No Jumper is a correlation of different creators. There's one boss who owns the channel. He is over all the day-to-day podcasts that they have on there. They interview rappers.
He's the regular.
Everybody. Huh?
He's the regular. He's the host.
He's not in every one of them. Because he actually let them run their own podcast individually, but he's the host. Like you said, he's the top guy.
The originator, I guess you would say.
The owner of the channel and everything. But I used to like him so much, bro. I used to think he was like a GOAT. I used to just respect him necessarily. Like, think like, dang, bro. He's a really cool person. He respects everybody. He's cool to everybody. Bro, it comes out that he's actually this narcissistic, which I have nothing against narcissistic people, because I have similar traits to those, but I know how to like exceed those and become like a little bit more
self-aware of it.
Yeah, so I know how to go around it. But this guy has a lot of people under him, and it was 3 to 5 different people who were his podcasters. Two of them originated, like they were the starters of the podcast, because it wasn't always a podcast, but when he started doing a podcast, they were like real close with him. The first one, the guy was named Lil House Phone or something like that.
Lil House Phone?
Yeah, so
rotary phone had
right? But he basically had there was a rumor going around that he slept with the trans, which it wasn't a rumor to Adam because Adam knew about this. He was real close with him. So
who's Adam?
Adam is. Oh, I didn't even tell you his name. Adam is the owner of No Jumper, which he ended up kind of exposing that he did it. Like he did that with the trans, and I was like, damn, bro, your right hand man's like. Let him be him. You feel me? Like
you gotta throw his information out there.
The
like
crazy
that.
thing is, the dude had a girlfriend during this time. Like not doing that happened when that happened, but when he exposed him
in the present time.
So it kind of like he left. He ended up leaving, and this was during the time that his mom died. Everything. So it was just like, bro, why would you do that? He could. You know the crazy part about it is he couldn't even accept the fact that he was wrong. He tried to play victim in that situation. Adam did. So how do you play victim when this man's mom's died and you just exposed him, and technically now him and his girlfriend broke up, and
over the whole situation?
At first she stayed with him because of the situation, but eventually she left. And the way she talks about it, I watched a lot of different podcasts, and the way she talks about it is because of that. But she stayed by his side at the time because she knew he needed her. So fast forward, bro. Dudes ends up leaving the podcast and whatnot. Him and somebody else. I don't know who the other guy was. But then it's this other guy who I watch his podcast like crazy. He was a good podcaster. Him and some other people. So it all starts like this. One of the co-hosts used to be a drug addict named.
Alright, and we're back. Okay, so Adam was... Sorry, camera died, guys, so it's going to be a weird cut. But Adam had just exposed his boy.
He exposed his boy
for sleeping with a trans.
Yes.
And him and his girlfriend broke up. That's where I remember we last left off.
Well, that happened a little bit later. But so there was another guy who was like his right hand man. He was a gang member. He literally was trying to be like in more like a chill environment, working with him, keeping him afloat because I think he's interviewing rappers, he's interviewing these people that are actually gang affiliated. Yeah. So he needed some people that were gang affiliated
that
understood and protect him.
Yeah.
Make sure he's not at like in any harm.
Yeah.
So this guy has went to bat for him multiple times the way he makes it seem, right? So the guy must have said like the same joke on a podcast a couple times, and I guess he didn't like the joke or something. It always comes back to something he didn't like, and he ends up telling another co-host, the one who was a drug user, and like telling him that, oh, he's thinking about firing him. Firing his right-hand man. Like, you gotta think. So the guy ends up telling some fans in the Discord of the channel or whatever, which they frowned upon. They didn't want him doing. But he ended up like, yeah, like talking like talking too much. It comes back to the guy, and the guy is like gets kind of like, dang, bro, you my guy. So why couldn't you tell me this in person? Why couldn't you tell me this face to face? And you would have to go behind my back to another podcaster that hasn't been here for a year. And it just really like led to a real bad environment on the channel. He ended up trying to fire the guy who ended up. Because it came back to him that the guy was the one who told everybody and told him.
Yeah.
So he came and fired him live on the air, which a lot of people were upset about.
Yeah, that's kind of wrong.
It was messed up. And even if the guy did end up like talking too much and whatnot, you should have never told him that information in the first place. You should have went to your right-hand man and told him what was going on. But it ended up getting out. He left. Another podcaster that was a good podcaster who came there because of the first guy who I said was his right-hand man. And he ended up leaving too. They both had their own separate podcasts. Thank God they had their own separate podcasts, because the crazy thing is, I think Adam had planned the whole time to fire AD. AD is the one who was a gang member. They're both gang members, the ones who left. But they were more like becoming more civilian. Like they were
getting out of their
getting out of
gang life.
Yeah, getting out of that. And it's just like he did help him get to more like YouTube based things, but I just feel like he was jealous that their channel was doing so well. They both hit 100K like we did. We hit 100K, then we lost it because I haven't posted. But no, they both hit 100K, and he got jealous because they were doing similar content as him, and he was like, he wished he had put them on contracts and stuff like that. And all honesty, they were pulling a little bit more views than him, and you gotta think he has 4 million subscribers. They have 100K.
Yeah.
So it's just like he was jealous. He just was narcissistic, and he wanted all of that money for himself. He said that they brought no money to the channel and stuff like that, and which was not true at all. I watched all of their videos. I subscribed because of them. They were just good podcasters and good.
They brought life to the videos.
They really did. And then he says he interviews. This was one of the last straws for the one guy, the right hand man. He right before he left, he brought in a reformed Nazi. I don't even know if that's a real thing.
Yeah.
A reformed like real deal KKK member, which not a Nazi, a KKK member, something. I don't know. He was just like
something
against black people.
Those lines, yeah.
He was against black people, racist. So it's just like, why would you do such a thing? And you got all these black podcasters on your channel. He's like, you didn't even try to tell them, you just did it. And the dude even said something kind of racist on the show. He goes, it was a joke. He goes, oh, I didn't know you were this. I just thought you were the slave master of something. And he laughs about it. And it's like, bro, you think that's a joke? A slave master? Like, you really think...
Do you think it's appropriate to sit there and laugh about that right now?
Exactly. And
let that slide? Like, on your show?
And you didn't check that and be like, nah, like, don't speak like that. You know? Bro, there's still black podcasters that are on the show, and I would get if that's your only financial stream. But, like, bro, I could never allow that to slide and not check it. Yeah. They left it unchecked, the ones that are there.
It's disrespectful, bro.
One of the guys who are there who's black, he's not like hood. He's like more sheltered. Sheltered black, I guess. And you could tell he knows nothing about street culture, nothing about street code. And he literally is what you call a coon.
Okay.
Because he's like Adam's right-hand man. And he's probably happy that everybody else left because he could be the good boy that I guess his master actually wants, you know what I mean? To whatever. But in all honesty, it just seems such a weird environment. I unsubscribed to them, bro. I stopped following them, and I subscribed to the other two channels. That's AD and the other dude. I forgot his name. My bad for forgetting your name. If you see this, my bad. I doubt he'll probably see this, but my bad. I like him too. He's a good podcaster. It'll come to me, but that's the whole story, and there's a lot more, but we'll get into that probably another time. We about to end it right here. It's been like an hour of recording.
Let me get into what I think about
that. Oh, yeah. Let's,
because
my bad.
Honestly, how you started off, he's spilling the beans about this guy, you know, going out and being with a trans person. Okay. Who cares?
It's 2023.
Yeah, let the dude do whatever he does. And there's no need to put it out publicly about that.
Oh, my bad.
It's like, it's someone's business, bro. You know, I gotta go out and say some shit about that.
Let me explain this part real quick, too. He interviewed her.
After the fact that he said it?
After the fact that he knew about it.
Oh,
and she has no clout whatsoever. So, it was just so weird. Like, why would you interview this girl? And she actually exposed him, but he tried to, like, blur it out after, but you can see her mouth and the name. Yeah. But yeah, go ahead.
Dang, bro, that really adds like more to it. If like he was out to get this dude, he didn't like him for some reason.
Oh, there's another thing. He slept with his wife that he's marrying before they were married.
The dude that slept with the trans person slept with Adam's wife?
Yes, and he tried to make it seem like it's not a big deal. But all right. He's hated him.
It's unfolded.
Yeah, I forgot
he doesn't like him for that reason. Okay.
And he tried to act like it's all swept under the rug and it's not.
Like he doesn't care anymore. Like the past is the past. Exactly. And he's bringing up this dude's past to ruin his future.
Yes. And now he's happily married and fucking nice house probably.
Off his YouTube money.
And you messed up this man's life. You're happy with what you did. That is crazy. And it's on. Okay.
No, okay. It's on. I made sure.
Okay, good. Because I forgot.
But dang, bro.
Yeah.
Dang, that doesn't change my opinion on, like, he shouldn't have brought that up.
And but like, other thing too.
He's a salty dude.
What you feel about the other thing where he like
his girlfriend breaking up with him?
No, where he
No. I wanted to talk his girlfriend breaking up with him about this. I find that to be wrong. I understand it may make things some complicated, but like the past is the past.
I don't think it's wrong. I'm gonna tell you why.
Okay.
I don't think it's wrong because at the end of the day, your past is the past, but when you cross certain lines, you have to live with those lines. And some people aren't gonna be. Some people are open.
I'm not saying she should conform to it. Like, I get where you're going with this right now. Like,
I'm just saying, once you do something, some things you do leave scars on you, like literal marks on you, to a point where you can't be anybody.
You can't
else.
ignore it.
You can't ignore it. So, like, let's say hypothetically, right now, you do something that's gonna get you life in prison. You're in prison. You're life. You're in prison for life.
You could change how you are in prison.
Yes, but you can't change the fact that you're in prison.
That you did it.
Exactly. So I have nothing against that community whatsoever. I learned to be like this way, because back when I was from Belgrade, but back when I lived in Belgrade, back then, it would have been, bro, I would have had so much negative things to say about them. I'm just being honest. But the man I am today, I understand more because I've actually been raised in more of a, like a...
You've seen more
moderate
people.
Yeah, like just... And then the internet it teaches you. A lot of stuff teaches you, like, you shouldn't be that judgmental of people. Yeah. So I learned not to. But you can't... See, like, if I was to date a girl... No, let's say hypothetically... Right now, a girl finds out her boyfriend used to date men or something like that. If she decides to leave him, that's her prerogative. That's her, like, dang, like...
That's just how she feels about it.
Exactly. But, like, you should have never kept it a secret in the first place. You got to be forthcoming with everything. Because if you want somebody to love you, you want to love you in total.
For you, yeah.
So...
Entirely.
Exactly.
All right, I can see where the correlate, like, where it all changes from. Yeah, you just got to be straightforward and honest.
That's it.
If you're straightforward and honest, your past is your past.
Exactly.
But at least you told that person, and if it bothers them, it bothers them, and maybe things aren't gonna work.
Yeah.
But yeah, damn.
So what do you think about the part where AD, when he talked about firing his right hand man to another podcaster who had not been there for a while?
Again, it's bringing up business that no one really needs to know about. When you're running a business, which a podcast is a business, you're earning money off of it. You have employees. You shouldn't bring that stuff out like that. You know.
Yeah.
If you fire him and people start asking, hey, where'd he go? Hey, he was let go. You know. Yeah. Things happen, but. The narcissism part. Yeah. I don't think I think narcissism comes with power and like a bigger ego. Yeah. I don't think it always comes with power and a bigger ego, but with a lot of people it's like a temptation. Yeah. You know, you get that big ego, you think you're this big person. And so you get that narcissism or narcissistic like trait. Yeah. And so you start living that way. You start treating people in a bad way because you see yourself as higher than them. And I kind of think that may be where it has gone with him. I don't know the whole story.
It's power hungry. It's power hungry, and it's power. I don't want to say implementing, but he's literally showing them like, I'm bigger than you, I'm better than you, I make more money than you, and I write your checks, I write everything for you. I own you. That's how he literally has made multiple comments about I will kill every show. Like, not kill, but like I will cut every show and just be the only podcaster. And it's like, bro, you're really willing to threaten people's jobs? I know this happened a while ago, and this is my first time actually being able to talk about it on YouTube or internet, period. So I just wanted to spread my opinion on it, and my boy Carter has his opinion on it. But it's just like, he's a foul dude, and that's all I wanted to say about it. You got anything else you want to say?
Not really.
Okay.
I kind of feel like I would still need to learn more to keep talking about it more.
Yeah,
but
for sure.
Yeah.
You can just look it up one day or something.
I probably will.
Yeah.
Like, I'll probably start looking into it now. And you said the one dude's name is AD. I'm sure as I look into it, I'll find out the other dude's name.
Yeah.
Kind of check their stuff out.
AD and T-Rail.
T-Rail. T-Rail.
But yeah, that's the end of the podcast right there. The first episode. It was a little all over the place, but we're gonna get more conformity and to where we can like line everything up and learn more. I'm gonna watch more podcasts and learn the outs and ends of it. We're gonna figure it out.
Yeah, we'll figure it out. I think it'll honestly come with time and the comfortability of, just talking, bro. I mean, we talk all the time.
For sure. We just
now we got a camera and a mic.
Yeah, we'll get more comfortable with the camera and stuff.
We'll figure this stuff out, bro. We'll become more organized.
Yeah, we film every Thursday, but I'm gonna try to like figure out how this editing thing is gonna go, cause I don't have an intro, I don't have anything so far. I have the clips channel, but it's not letting me change the name on it and stuff like that. But that's the end of the video, episode 1. Make sure y'all drop a like, a comment, subscribe, and we
all
out.
that fun stuff.